Welcome to this flight review. We're in London, the day before my flight is going to depart. I've arrived early and I spent the day around Westminster Bridge. It's spring of 2019 and this day is just beautiful. With a clear sky and a great view of those planes choosing the city approach. Now this review is going to be a lot different from the ones you may have seen before. I believe that travel is magical, and the review should live up to the same standard. So I'm very proud to say this is the first episode of my first YouTube series called Cinematic Flight Reports. It's meant to push image quality and also to make the overall experience much more immersive. Which is why it's my pleasure to take you along on this trip. It's been taking a very long time to make this happen, possibly too long really. But now it's finally ready, and I'm very proud of it. So once again, I welcome you to this flight report that is going to take you all the way from London to Singapore. Enjoy. Next morning, I woke up at sunrise and was able to watch closely as the first planes of the day descended into Heathrow. It's childlike wonder, but travel day always has me excited. This Qantas A380 travelled the kangaroo route via Dubai and is a gentle reminder of how huge this plane is and what airline travel has become. And then it was time to leave. Greeted by that Emirates A380, I make my way to the Queen's Terminal, which is Terminal 2. Since its opening in 2014, this has been the home to the Airlines carriers flying from London Heathrow. And since Singapore Airlines has 4 daily flights out of Heathrow, they do have their own check-in area. And because I arrived early, the dedicated first-class check-in counter was empty, and I was through security before I knew it. After that, I proceeded to the lounge. The Singapore Airlines lounge is located in Terminal 2B, which is a 15-minute walk. Well, it is for all other guests than first-class guests, because the first-class guests get to use the buggy, which of course is very cool and saves you a lot of time, so it's a good choice to take it. You'll take 3 different elevators and will be at the lounge in less than 5 minutes. And after one more elevator, you've finally reached it faster than anyone else. On the right hand side is the regular Silver Cruise lounge, and on the left is the lounge which is reserved to first class passengers and top tier members.
Welcome to the lounge. Would you like the buggy to take you to the gate later on?
The buggy to the gate? Yeah, absolutely. Right, of course I couldn't say no for the buggy to take me to the gate. The lounge itself is quite spacious, and given that there are only a few seats in first class and a maximum of 2 flights leaving with a similar timing, chances are slim for this lounge to be crowded at any time. There's a lot of private seating choices, and whatever you want to do, might be work or leisure, there's a dedicated space for that. The bar is well equipped as well, even during breakfast hours, but I passed on the champagne. Not that I don't like a nice glass of champagne for breakfast, I just knew that the champagne on board would be even more exclusive, so I just had coffee and some orange juice. The food offering was above par for me. It featured anything from yogurt and fruits presented nicely, just like a 5-star hotel buffet breakfast would be. The lounge has got nice views of the tarmac and also a dedicated dining area where you can eat your meals in style. Made-to-order items are also available, and so I chose my favorite breakfast dish, an Egg Benedict.
Thank you for waiting, ladies and gentlemen. Singapore Airlines flight SQ317 is now ready for boarding. Please remain seated until your boarding room is called.
So this is the A380-800 that's going to take us from London to Singapore. I've never actually flown the A380, although I've tried it for years. And now is finally the time to do it. The boarding experience, again, was very smooth. This lovely lady named Kay actually escorted me from the lounge and even gave me a hand with my bag.
Thank you.
So I could board the plane easily.
Sorry.
And this was actually the fastest boarding experience of my life.
Thank you.
Done. That's simple, didn't even have to show my ticket, so very, 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 very cool. One more thing before we're boarding the plane. I'd like to thank Singapore Airlines for letting me film on board. I actually asked them before I boarded the plane if that would be okay. They agreed, and not only did they tolerate me filming on board, I had the feeling that they actually embraced it. I think it's well worth pointing this out. Even though I always try to be very responsible and not to ruin everyone else's experience in the cabin, it is still their first-class flagship product, and it's the airline's job to make sure that no passenger is disturbed by anything, so thanks again for letting me do this, and I handled it responsibly as well. Now, the new first class is actually located on the upper deck, which means first and business class passengers board the plane through the same door. First passengers turn left, all others turn right.
Thank you so much, Kay. Right, yeah, I'm sure it'll be marvellous. Thank you so much. Hi, thank you.
Second boarding class, please.
Yes, sure. See you.
Once you're escorted to your suite, you will be stunned. The amount of personal space you have is insane. The swivel chair is the centerpiece of the suite and makes you feel like you're in a private living room rather than on an airplane. From the single aisle, there are 6 suites in total. That's only half of the old first class's capacity. No wonder those suites are so roomy. And as you would expect, the standards are high. Poltrona faux leather for the seats and noise-cancelling headphones are also provided. I tried them, quality was good, but I'm stuck to my Bose QC35, which I always take. As this is a 12-hour flight, there's a full set of Lalique amenities, as well as some PJs and slippers. All adjustments to your seat and the TV can be made directly from your armrest. All other adjustments, such as lighting or window shades, can be operated from the tablet that is in your suite. One of the treats aboard Singapore Airlines First Class is their champagne service. You can choose between the Krug 2004 Vintage and the 2009 Dom Perignon. Truth to be told, there is no wrong choice. Both of those champagnes are incredibly luxurious, and it's fantastic that Singapore Airlines chooses to serve them. Wi-Fi is available on board, and first-class passengers get a voucher. And after I finished my glass of Krug, the first of many, we were ready to go, pushing back on time, making the first step on our way to Singapore. My first order after takeoff was another glass of the Krug champagne. I really can't praise SQ enough for serving it. This is special, even in first class. And their supply is almost unlimited. I sneaked a peek into their fridge and they had 5 more bottles on board. I actually kept one at my seat, as a reserve, just in case. And when you're sitting there, you're actually forgetting that you're flying. It feels more like you're in your private house, your private living room. You feel like you're at home and you relax like you're at home. And now let's take a look at the menu for this flight. The selection for lunch was quite extensive. You start with the canapé, followed by the appetizer, a soup, a salad, the main course, dessert, cheese, fruit, something from the bakery, and even some pralines. So when you're hungry, you've come to the right place. If you want to read the full menu, just pause the video. Today's selection for the main includes a seared Iberico pork, an Indian butter chicken, braised beef short ribs, or a steamed cod fillet in superior soy sauce. So you see, that's 4 great choices. And also the onboard wine selection will not be a letdown. Apart from the usual spirits and the 2 superior champagnes, you will find exclusive wines such as the 2015 Burgundy or a 2006 Saint-Estèphe. Lunch started with the satay. The attention to detail was very high.
Would you like any other bread as well?
I chose the garlic bread,
Yeah, one of the...
which is the best. It's really good.
Let's see, please. Alright, thank you very much.
First up, the caviar. I'm not a big fan usually, but the presentation was spot on. Also the taste, nowhere near fishy. Next, the asparagus puree soup. Delicious presentation, very nice with a frisee. It looks great, no doubt, and the taste also very good. After that, the salad. It was a fresh salad, actually better than I expected it to be. A nice vinaigrette, topped with ghost cheese, one of my favorites, so a no-brainer that I would choose it really. But the star of this meal certainly is the lobster thermidor. I ordered it online using Singapore Airlines Book the Cook service, and presentation, stunning. I mean, don't forget, we're at 40,000 feet in the air, and this lobster looks absolutely delicious. And the taste, also great, so fantastic dish, one of the best meals I ever had on a plane. Paired it with a nice white, you really can't go wrong. For dessert, some Italian ice cream with Italian biscotti and strawberries. No doubt, this was a fantastic meal. And you can have more if you want. I passed on the tiramisu, I passed on the cheese plate, simply because I was full. I didn't even take the pralines. I did take some fruit from the basket, and although I understand why you're serving them this way, so everyone has a choice and can select the fruit one really wants, but I'd rather have them served cut on a plate instead of reaching into a basket with my bare hands. So in conclusion, lunch service was fantastic. The quality of the product was great, the taste was great, and the crew did everything right in presenting each dish the way it's supposed to be presented. So when you buy a first class ticket and you're expecting a high quality meal, this is what you're hoping for. Great service, great job. As the day is coming to an end, once again this seat shows its qualities. Just turn the chair around, watch some movies on the big TV, and when it's time to sleep, just ask the crew and they will prepare your bed. And by the way, I switched from crook to dom because, come on, you're in the air, why not? And while I was getting ready for the night, the crew slided up the bed and started to prepare it. This really is high-end luxury. To have a real mattress, not just a seat that's converted into a bed, together with a nice blanket and comfortable pillows, that of course is one of the most exceptional features of the Singapore Airlines first class suite. There are 2 lavatories exclusively for first class passengers, and this is the bigger one of the 2. It's really spacious, because unlike Etihad or Emirates, Singapore Airlines does not have a shower on this plane, but lots of space to change into those comfy PJs. When you come back, this is what your suite looks like. You now have a fully flat, very comfortable bed just for yourself. And when you close the doors of your suite for privacy, you can really get comfortable and have a great time and a great night's sleep on board. When you're not traveling alone, you can even go for the biggest bedroom in the sky. A real double bed for 2. The divider is lowered and that creates a huge suite for 2. This must be absolutely incredible. But as comparison is the end of all happiness, I will not complain, and I had a very good experience in my suite. It got quite shaky before I went to bed, and I had a bowl of soup from the snack menu before I turned the lights off. All those preparations, and especially the big comfortable bed, almost guarantees a good night's sleep. After more than 6 hours of sleep, I woke up just in time for breakfast. Just a quick look at the IFE. This is the tablet that you control everything in your suite from, the movie selection as well as the lights and everything else. And you can watch your movie in bed, and you can turn the TV around to watch the movie from your chair, so everything is covered. And I chose to start my breakfast with a banana smoothie in bed. Although you can also have your breakfast in bed, I chose to have it at the table sitting down. Soon after, the hotel service started, and I was preparing for the start of my day. This time, even the fruit was served already cut, so happy me. Just like lunch, breakfast also served a la carte. And again, the selection was extensive. You have everything from your Danish to your bread, eggs made to order, or even a hot noodle soup, based on your preference. And also during this meal, the crew took excellent care of me. I felt very welcome throughout the whole flight, and they really took care of every single one of my wishes, and you could feel that they really mean it. And by the way, the hot item that I chose was a French toast, and it was really, really good. And this was a perfect end to this flight's meal service.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your captain once again. We are presently maintaining 39,000 feet above sea level, and our position is about 130 nautical miles to the north of Singapore Changi International Airport.
Once again, I can only say that everything I had on this flight was good, had a great quality, and the crew delivered an outstanding service at all times. I felt very comfortable throughout the flight, and I really had a great experience. And if you're thinking about booking Singapore Airlines first class, you can definitely go ahead and have an exceptional time, for sure. I stayed in Singapore for a couple of days before I headed over to Bangkok, where episode 2 is actually going to start. I stayed at the Intercontinental Robertson Quay, which is a recently opened hotel. It's very, very good. I also recommend it. If you want to see more of Singapore, check out my Instagram feed. There's a lot of highlight stories there. And I hope to welcome you back for episode 2 of the Cinematic Flight Reports. Until then, thank you for watching. Take care and bye-bye.
So bring it on, no black and white and night. Let all the colors in, let's ride. I close my eyes, I see me on the ground. No black and white and night, let's ride. The call of the rainbows and there's nowhere to be found. In an hour I'm a rich girl on the ground. I can do anything if I just do it right. Of course I do it right. So take me up, up, up tonight. We're going high up in the sky. You raise your hands up in the night.